I like to wear this shirt when I pretend that I'm a student athlete. What's up, guys? How are we? How are we doing? I'm making another Chico State video, but I guess it's kind of just a college video in general. It's gonna be the start of a little series I'm doing, because I know I've been doing college videos, but a lot of them are kind of choppy as far as like subject matter, but I kind of want to do a video dedicated to each kind of phase of growth that I feel like I went through in my college experience, as well as little things like how to handle your family over the holidays. Honestly, I still need advice on that one. So anyway, to start us off, today's video is going to be the hardest lessons that you learn your freshman year of college. You know, we're taking it back to the old days when I looked like this, so young and full of life, so innocent. So pure, so not afraid of the future. A little bit of backstory. I'm a fifth year, so my freshman days are far behind me. I just wasn't cynical yet. I believed in people. That's so awful. Okay, moving on. Let's get into these big lessons that I feel like were especially true for myself, because I can't really speak for other people's college experiences. Lesson number one is if you don't go to class and you don't do your homework and you don't study for the tests, you're gonna fail. The world is not gonna end if you say no to going to lunch with people because you have class. They're not gonna never talk to you again. I'm like yelling at my freshman year self. My FOMO was so deep and true that I would miss out on like important school stuff to hang out with my friends. It wasn't even like a big important hangouts. It was like, hey, we're gonna go get lunch. And I'd be like, yeah, I'm not hungry. I just ate and I have class, but I wanna hang out. So I'm not going to class and I'm gonna eat second lunch with my friends. Don't do that. People will still talk to you if you don't go to lunch with them because you have class, okay? God, that's so stupid that I did that. Also, if you just decide you don't want to be in a class anymore, if you just stop going and you don't do the homework or go to the final or any of that, you're gonna fail the class. I got really good at that my freshman and sophomore year, where I was just like, I don't like this class, but I don't really know what to do about it or how to talk to anybody, so it doesn't exist anymore. What test? What are you talking about? I don't have a test. I'm not being weird, you're being weird. Yeah, don't do that. God, I'm really just exposing myself for being like stupid right now. But I really did all of this stuff. Like, I made mistakes. What else do I have to say about school stuff? Oh, okay, not that any assignment should be done in one night, but you can do any assignment in one night. If it's due tomorrow and you're like, well, there's no way I'm gonna get it done by tomorrow, so I'm just not gonna do it, you're lying and you're full of excuses, because guess what? You can do anything that you set your mind to, including the night before. It's not preferred, and you probably won't get as good of a grade, but don't give up. Just do it. Studying at all is better than not studying at all. Duh. That was a dumb sentence. Do your homework, because it's really not that hard and it doesn't take that long if you just turn off your phone and do it. Go to class most of the time, especially if your reason for not going to class is stupid. If you're actually sick, just stay home. And if you're gonna put off your assignments till the night before, at least give them a go the night before. Don't just decide, well, it's the night before, there's no way it's gonna happen, so I'm not gonna do it. So that's silly. You're better than that. I hope that made sense. I think I'm getting embarrassed talking about the fact that I was really bad in school my freshman year, / still sometimes now. I'm not proud of it. This next one hits a little close to home because I still have to remind myself of this one sometimes. And the second lesson is, if you binge drink most nights a week and eat pizza most nights a week, you're gonna have a body that looks like you binge drink and eat pizza. I gained the freshman 15 in the first semester, and then I lost it in the second semester. But like, girl, I do that thing where Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, I'd go and do like 30 minutes of light cardio and be like, I'm healthy. I'd eat a salad like twice a week and be like, why am I getting fat? It's so crazy. It's like, girl, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, sometimes Wednesday, sometimes Sunday, you go binge drinking, and then you absolutely have to eat Frankie's on your way home. If you don't know, Frankie's is pizza. It started off innocent. I'd get one slice, and then all of a sudden I was getting 2 slices, 2 ranch cups, and can I also have a large Sprite, and they come in the styrofoam cups that are like buckets. Or we'd go to, it's not even open anymore. It used to be called Sutter Cafe, and they were open at night. We'd go over there, and they gave you like a sandwich, a drink, and a cookie, and I would eat my sandwich, drink my drink, eat my cookie. The person I would go with usually didn't want their cookie because they respected themselves, and I would eat their cookie too. I got so fat. And then, you know what else it was? We had a vending machine on the first floor, and I would go down there and buy like 10 candy bars, saying they were for me and my friends, when it was mostly for me. This is so embarrassing. Why did I make this video? You are what you eat. And if you don't eat good, you are not gonna look good. Because guess what, guys? Your metabolism only slows down. I mean, from 30 on, but it starts now. So if you're 18 and 19 watching this and thinking that the booze and the food is not going to catch up to the body, it will. Especially if you were like a high school athlete and then you get to college and you're not an athlete anymore. It hits hard. At least for me, it did. Oof. Okay, let's move on. This next one is still embarrassing. Being a person is so hard. I can't believe I'm putting this information on the internet. I hope this helps somebody because I'm embarrassed. Our next lesson that I'm still learning this one, but communication is the biggest and most important thing that you'll learn, and that will become apparent to you your freshman year. But it's a whole, like all of college, that's something you're gonna have to figure out. And for me, where I really failed in many aspects was with roommates. I was not excited to have a roommate, but I didn't really get a choice. So she would leave food containers with food in them around until they were moldy. One time I found a cup of water with like shaving cream and like pubic hairs in it, because instead of shaving in the shower, she shaved in the room, I guess, into like a coffee cup. Did I ever mention, hey, you should take the trash out? Hey, that cup has been sitting there with your pubes in it for weeks. You should throw it away. Did I ever bring up anything I didn't like? No. I just requested a roommate change and moved in with a girl from my math class because she hated her roommate because she was gross, and she woke up in the middle of the night and allegedly, I have no idea if this is true, but allegedly the roommate was jerking off with her leg up on the wall. I would show you, but I can't. Basically, I moved in with her, and she was super religious and didn't like my boyfriend, who wasn't yet my boyfriend, and was very clean, and I am not. But she never mentioned it, and she was way easier to not talk to. Still not great. You should still be able to talk to your roommate, but... what was I saying? I started talking about roommates because of communication. So I didn't figure out roommate communication still. I don't have it figured out. I'm just better at not getting mad about stuff now, which I think is working out better than before, because before I would like yell at people and that didn't work. I don't know how to communicate with roommates, to be perfectly honest with you, but there's like books on how to do it, and I know RAs will sit down and mediate. They usually have a favorite, so I never really know what to do with that. I guess let's not talk about roommates because I'm not very helpful in that subject. What I'm trying to say is communication is something that you need forever, so start flexing that muscle now, because otherwise you're gonna just suck to be around. You're gonna probably do a lot of dumb stuff before you do it right, as is true for most things. And try to do it in person as much as possible, because things don't come across right over text. That one's probably the biggest like lifelong challenge that you're gonna have to figure out, because it never goes away. Moving on. The next freshman year lesson that you learn is that you don't have to have everything figured out. Everybody take a deep breath. You have at least 4 years to figure it out, maybe more. And even then, you won't have everything, because look at me. I don't have everything figured out. I feel like I have less figured out now than I did my freshman year. you're gonna run into people who look like they have everything figured out, act like they have everything figured out, talk about things like they have everything figured out. They know what they're gonna do. They're gonna tell you their whole life plan. They don't know what's gonna really happen. They think that they know. They think they have a plan. They kind of try to convince you like, oh, I know exactly what I'm doing. And what, you don't? It's very condescending. I feel personally attacked still when I meet people and they seem to have everything sorted. But people who truly believe that they know exactly how their life is gonna go, they're either lying or they're an idiot. Because, I mean, we really don't know. Some of it's not really up to us. You definitely want to try to start to figure out your life, your future, what you're interested in. You're never gonna have everything figured out. And you're not gonna see some stuff coming. Everything in your life is gonna come together in time. Don't just ignore it entirely. Otherwise, you're gonna graduate with absolutely no plan. You don't need to know what you're gonna be doing 5 years from now to the T, but have some basic goals. I wanna be employed and able to afford to live and breathe and eat and not be sad. There's a lot of pressure, I think, at least your freshman year to plan out your whole life. But if you try to plan out all the minor details, it's not gonna work, and then you're just gonna be disappointed all the time because not every little thing went according to each little plan. I have two last smaller things. If you let someone borrow something, just accept that you're probably never gonna see it again. Somehow, even living in the dorms all together, you're gonna let someone borrow a shirt or a jacket or something random, and you're just never gonna see it again. Bye-bye, that stuff that I bought. It'll just never come back to you, and you just have to accept it. So if you're gonna let someone borrow something, either be fully prepared to track them down and be a bit of a Nazi about it, or accept that that's not your thing anymore, that's someone else's. Last but not least, that year's gonna go by so fast. You're not gonna remember most of it because you're either stressed out or you're drunk. So take a bunch of pictures and videos and save them, because pretty soon you'll all be seniors graduating and go, gosh, what happened for the whole month of November? I don't know. We didn't take any pictures in November, so I don't have any. And yes, this includes if you gain the freshman 15. Just take pictures anyway, and then when you lose it later on, you can have really good before pictures of you looking thick. Try to make the most of it. It's your freshman year. Try not to drop out. Try not to disappoint your parents too much. Try to go to class. Try not to gain too much weight. I mean, or do, and then just lose it, because that's fun. Try to talk to your roommates and your friends in person. Chill out. Try to have a good time. You know, it's only your freshman year once. It's the most fun mistakes to make your freshman year. It's after that that they start being real. Don't get an MIP. Don't get an STD. Thanks for watching. I'll be here all week. And by that I mean, I'll be here next week.